getting this information from Fortune. This right here is Denise George. She was the AG of the Virgin Islands, and she was the one that was going after Epstein's estate up until she was fired. During her investigation, she went in hard on entities like JP Morgan Chase, and she exposed bankers like Jess Staley. Denise George talks about how the Virgin Islands governor, Albert Bryant Jr., basically pressured her to bury the Epstein scandal once and for all. He wanted the scandal done and behind the U.S. Virgin Islands. Denise wanted none of this. She kept digging. In the article, she says, "If I had to lose my job to avoid being part of a conspiracy to cover something up, I would do it. My bar license, my integrity were more important to me. I wasn't going to compromise that." Denise George is a real one, and it's shady as fuck that she was fired. I'm getting this info from... where the fuck am I getting this info? From The Independent, UK. So old Silly Gilly has been in the joint for a few years. I thought I'd give an update on her life there. Also, I might have done this TikTok before. I don't know, I don't remember, I don't think I have, but I've been covering this story for so long, I forget things. So Ghislaine Maxwell is currently at Federal Correctional Institution, Tallahassee. There, she is known as Prisoner 02879-509. Currently, Ghislaine Maxwell works in the prison library. She also teaches daily yoga classes, and she sleeps in a dormitory-style accommodation that houses around 100 inmates per room in bunk beds. She's also known as the Prison Karen because she has lodged hundreds of complaints. Apparently, the prison is a shithole, just like her soul. I got this info from The Guardian. For those of you that don't know, this is Jess Staley. He was a former JP Morgan executive turned Barclays executive, and he was BFFs with good old Jeffrey Epstein. This guy was real gross. He would email Epstein, and he would even refer to some of the girls Epstein would traffic to him as Disney princesses. Disgusting. Anyway, Jess Staley said the last time he talked to Epstein was sometime in 2015. This claim, though, appears to be bullshit. It seems he kept in contact with Epstein long after he became an executive at Barclays. That's how you pronounce that word, right? Apparently, Epstein and Staley had a third person they'd use to communicate with each other. Things just get worse and worse for Jess Staley, and you know what? I'm all for it. Fuck this guy. I'm getting this information from Reuters. 12 of Jeffrey Epstein's victims have filed a lawsuit on Wednesday accusing the FBI of covering up its failure to investigate the late financier/sex trafficker. The victims, all identifying as Jane Does, say that the FBI received credible tips as early as 1996 of Epstein's sordid actions. Yet they failed to interview any victims or share what it knew with federal or local law enforcement. In the victim's official complaint, it says, quote, "As a direct and proximate cause of the FBI's negligence, plaintiffs would not have been continued to be sex trafficked, abused, raped, tortured, and threatened." Now, I gotta watch what I say because the FBI can really fuck up my life, but honestly, the victims make a good point. We're back, baby. Let's go. To start this off, I'll just play this for you guys.
That the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Yeah, certainly take a look at it. But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
That's great to hear.
So there you have it. Straight from the horse's mouth, DJT, the newly sworn-in president of the United States, said that he's going to release the Epstein files. And now that he's been sworn in, my question is, where are they? I know he's got like 100 executive orders to get to, but I'm going to be counting down the days, my friends. So let the record show, 3 hours after he was inaugurated as President of the United States, Donald Trump has yet to release the Jeffrey Epstein client list. Donald Trump signed an executive order to release more JFK, RFK, MLK assassination files. While that's cool and all, I got one question. Where are the Epstein files? I was told those were gonna see the light of day. Where are they, Mr. President? Also, the order that releases these files is kind of bullshit. Why? Well, apparently it's going to take 15 days for the JFK files to be released, and it's going to take 45 days for the RFK and MLK files to be released. My God, by the time these files are released, they're going to look like this. Awesome. If he doesn't release the files within the first 100 days of his presidency, pretty sure he's never going to release them. And if he never releases them, you should all reconsider these pictures. I don't care if it makes you angry. I don't care if you unfollow me. It's been 6 days and Trump has yet to release the Epstein files. The following tape was recorded by Michael Wolff for his book Fire and Fury. He interviewed Jeffrey Epstein about his relationship with Donald Trump.
So how do you know this?
That was close to straight.
So I need the dump. Just give me dump.
First, it's fun. So you probably know he had a scalp reduction. Which he had the same male pattern movement that we all have. He had his scalp system. Donald's office, as you know, he made that. He used to be on the phone with that fake PR person. I also found it funny. I was sitting there listening to the guys from the Post talk, and Donald would say, he's a great guy. I loved working with him. And I sit there going, this is just amazing. And he'd say, Michael, come on, let's go to the office. And he'd say, tell me, what's it like to be there? He'd say, you like having sex with your wife? How often do you have? He'd say, it's great. Seriously, Michael, how often do we have sex? Don't you want the trouble? You and I can go upstairs, or tomorrow come over. There's this girl's coming in from Los Angeles, part of the Hawaiian Tropic Country. So come over with your car. You're going to have a great time. I promise you, Michael, it's just me and you. You're going to have a great time. Be up here at 3 o'clock. We can go upstairs. The whole time, Victoria's been on the phone. Listening. Set it up. Because he wants a story. So he has you on, because as an avoid conversation, he had a really speech. Come on, you must have had a better wife, right? I said, yes. Tell me about it. And the wife's on the speakerphone, listening to Donald and said, I think you're really hot. And I know you think you're a guy. Michael is like the end of the world, the best guy on earth, you'll be married to. You're wrong. Just listen to the next 12 minutes. And go with the New Yorkers, set you up.
I don't think I even need to tell you who this guy is, but for those of you who don't know, this is Kash Patel. He's probably going to be Donald Trump's new director of the FBI. During his confirmation meeting, Kash Patel was asked about Jeffrey Epstein, and this is what he had to say.
So will you work with me on this issue so we know who worked with Jeffrey Epstein in building these sex trafficking rings?
Absolutely, Senator. Child sex trafficking has no place in the United States of America, and I will do everything, if confirmed as FBI director, to make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened in the past and how we are going to countermand missing children and exploited children going forward.
What do you guys think? You think he's going to release that client list? It's been a while since we checked up on the clown prince, Prince Andrew. Let's see what he's been up to. According to the New York Post, Prince Andrew is terrified of ever visiting the U.S. again after fresh calls for an FBI probe into the Jeffrey Epstein case. Right now, Andrew is extra nervous because it recently came out that he kept in contact with Epstein 2 months after he said he cut off all ties. Andrews said he cut off all ties with Jeffrey Epstein in December 2010, shortly after this picture of them taking a nice stroll in Central Park was taken. Turns out that was a bunch of bull because in February of 2011, Prince Andrew sent Jeffrey Epstein an email that read, "Keep in close touch. We'll play more soon." Spencer Coven, the attorney representing Jeffrey Epstein's victims, has said that the UK government should turn over Andrew for questioning, and I agree. It's been a while since we checked in on old Silly Gilly. Let's see what she's been up to. Back in September of 2024, a U.S. court upheld Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking conviction. Maxwell's lawyers tried to argue that her convictions violated an agreement Epstein reached with federal prosecutors 15 years ago in which blah 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 blah. Maxwell's legal team, of course, appealed the upholding, and in November of 2024, a U.S. court rejected the team's request to revisit its decision upholding Maxwell's conviction. So other than judges handing her legal team L after L after L, Ghislaine Maxwell's just been chilling at FCI Tallahassee, where on Thanksgiving she almost starved. It's because she's vegetarian. They don't got no tofurkey. Ghislaine Maxwell's eligible for release in 2037. According to The Independent and other news sources, a new congressional task force has been created that may declassify certain files pertaining to JFK, MLK, UFOs, and Jeffrey Epstein. This past Tuesday, James Comer, the House Oversight Committee chairman, announced the establishment of this new investigative unit. Leading this unit will be Anna Paulina Luna, a Republican from Florida. When it comes to the creation of this task force, Anna Paulina Luna said, "This will be a relentless pursuit of the truth and transparency, and we will not stop until the American people have the answers they deserve." I wouldn't hold my breath when it comes to Anna Paulina and this new task force. Why? If you know, you know.
Hey there, y'all. I'm going to use the VO effect here because I'm at my new job and I can't dictate like I usually do. I'm in a room full of people. But that won't stop me from bringing you guys some content. La la la, let's go. According to Newsweek, Pam Bondi, Trump's newly appointed Attorney General, has indicated that she is going to release the Epstein client list. In an interview with Benny Johnson, Bondi said Trump has given her a strong directive and it's going to be followed, and that she has a lot of documents. Last November, in an interview with Fox News, Bondi said in regard to those who are in the documents and trying to keep their name private, they have no legal basis to do so unless they're a child or a victim or a cooperating defendant. What do you guys think? You think this list is going to see the light of day? Let me know in the comments. It's Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
So, Pam Bondi is now the new Attorney General, and Kash Patel is now the new Director of the FBI. And what do these crazy kids have in common? Well, they both said that they were going to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. And now that they're sworn in and have their new jobs now, we're all wondering, where are the Jeffrey Epstein files? I think I speak for all of you when I say that every day that goes by without them releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files only makes us even more impatient and suspicious. Good news though, we may not have to wait that much longer because Pam Bondi says some Epstein files are coming this Thursday, which would be February 27th, which at the time of this recording is tomorrow. My only question is, why only some? Whatever. What do you guys think? Now, as some of you may already know, AG Pam Bondi has said that there are some Jeffrey Epstein files coming out this Thursday, February 27th. Now, before those files officially go out, I just kind of want to tamper people's expectations because, if I'm to be honest, there's something that's really fishy about all of this. There's a story going around that's got me feeling a little sus, and usually when I see some stories on the internet, especially when it pertains to Jeffrey Epstein, I'm always reminded of the Buster meme, because a lot of it is bunk, like straight up not true. But But I found this story very interesting. According to Michael Schellenberger of Twitter file fame, an FBI whistleblower has told him that the FBI is currently destroying evidence on servers. What are they destroying over there at the FBI? I don't know. Could it pertain to Jeffrey Epstein? Maybe. Could they just be playing Michael Schellenberger? Perhaps. But this is very sus. Stay tuned. Phase 1 of the Jeffrey Epstein files has been released, and I gotta say, we got nothing here, folks. Literally nothing. The files were heavily edited. Look at that. You can fly a plane into those redactions. The whole rollout was a shit show. They gave binders of files to right-wing influencers. Can somebody please explain to me why libs of TikTok and DC Drano were the ones who were given the files? Can somebody please explain that to me? And can somebody please explain to me why these right-wing influencers had to coordinate their tweets announcing they were given the files? You see, I knew it. I knew that Pam Bimbo and Ash Patel weren't going to give a shit. It's pretty clear Trump is not going to release these files in full. So y'all, some of you need to reevaluate this picture. You saw the title, folks. Phase 1 of the Epstein drop was indeed a flop. And can someone please explain to me why there's a Phase 1? Is there going to be a Phase 2? Is there going to be a Phase 3? Is this the MCU? What the fuck? Right now, Attorney General Pam Bimbo is trying to point fingers and be like, it wasn't me. It was the FBI. And now she's saying that the FBI is going to deliver her a whole truckload. I think this is... And to make matters worse and offend you even more, the House GOP Judiciary Committee, in regards to this story, decided to rickroll people on Twitter. Don't believe me? Here it is. Listen, if you care about the Jeffrey Epstein case or human trafficking in general, I want you to understand the Trump administration is laughing in your fucking face right now. Boy, this Epstein rollout just keeps getting worse and worse. Attorney General Pam Bondi has said that she is going to release more Epstein docs, but they may be redacted for national security. Why? What type of national security? Isn't that the point of releasing the Epstein docs? Because of national security? Hey, at least this is like the first time we have somebody who is a part of the government say that the Epstein files have to do with national security. Also, this is why you should never work for Donald Trump, because he's gonna throw you in front of the fucking bus. He is leaving this bitch out to dry and she is flailing. Maybe the reason why releasing the files would be harmful for national security is because the guy who's running national security right now was best friends with Epstein. Probably the only significant thing to come out of that botched Epstein drop we had a couple weeks ago was this contact list that had some pretty interesting names on it. The names on this list include Mick Jagger, Michael Jackson, Alec Baldwin, Ethel Kennedy, that's RFK Jr.'s mom, by the way, Andrew Cuomo, Naomi Campbell, Courtney Love, Bob Weinstein, David Koch, Senator Ted Kennedy, Ralph Fiennes, Kerry Kennedy, Alan Dershowitz, John Kerry, Dustin Hoffman, John Huntsman, Ivana Trump, Ivanka Trump, and model Liz Hurley. Now this is a contact list and not a client list, but still, that's quite an assortment of names. The DOJ is pushing the FBI to review and release more Epstein files. Right now, apparently, there are thousands of FBI agents working around the clock into the early morning hours reviewing these files and also redacting them. I actually got my hands on one of these files. You want to take a look at it? It's right behind me. Check it out. It's all black, you say? Well, that's because the FBI redacted it to hell! tell me, what's the point of releasing all of these files if they're gonna redact them? What the fuck are they hiding? That's what we want to know! Yo, this Epstein file drop continues to be a straight bust.